Hello, Stephen.
Hi, Bebetta. Hi. Here to ask you 64 questions. How are you?
Fine, and you? Come in.
Thank you.
Hello, welcome to Berlin.
Why Berlin?
It's a melting point for musicians, and a lot of friends are living here. And yeah, this is the place where I make music. And yeah, you're directly standing in my studio.
Oh wow, this is cool. So this is where you make music?
Yes, this is the place where I meet with friends and with other artists. Yes, and we are jamming here.
Excellent. And who's this?
This is a nice present of one of my biggest fans, Jürgen.
Oh wow.
It's a cool red octopus, I love it. And it's also, often in my Bebetta and Bad shows and giving me inspirations for the music.
So, what do you like most about living in Berlin?
Berlin is so colorful, this is the best for me.
If you had just 1 hour in Berlin, where would you go?
I think I would visit my friends.
Okay, where do your friends live? Do they live close by?
No, unfortunately the most are living in Friedrichshain and Prenzlauer Berg. They are everywhere, but not here. Yeah, not so many.
Do you collect anything?
Yes, I collect pyjamas and also tea. Do you like a tea?
Oh, yeah, please,
Yes,
that'd be
okay.
great. What other places in the world have you collected tea from?
Oh, it's funny because there where I play, I often buy tea. So in Australia, India, and when I was in Japan last year. But also fans are bringing me tea to my gigs. This is very cool. So I have a big collection and I love it because I drink tea every day. Also in the summertime, it's perfect.
What would you say you've learned most about the music industry?
Yeah, the music industry is a business, but you should keep your heart, I think. This is very important, yeah.
Well, what's the craziest thing that you've ever done in your life?
Oh, becoming a DJ.
Becoming a DJ?
Yes, this was the craziest thing. I never expected, and yeah, it happened. I was more planning to maybe study design or something like this in this direction. I did it just for me at my home, DJing a little bit, and then friends started events and asked me, hey, why don't you play?
And I noticed the Fusion Festival was in one of your videos.
Yes, in my uppercut video. Yeah, it's an animation film, and we have a lot of little details inside. Yeah, and there I have also a little scene on the Fusion Festival. Yes.
Tell me more about the Bebetta in Bed series, and I think I recognise the couch behind.
Yes, normally this is the bed, and we are directly in the place where Bebetta in Bed happens. Yeah, it's taking place one time a month. And it started more like an accident because in the past my studio was far away from my home and I had to go over 1 hour, and so I decided I need a bed in my studio. And yeah, I bought a bed, but then I had no space in my studio for my DJ equipment, so I put all this stuff in front of my bed in my old studio and started recording podcast in this position. The bed was, but it was always open. And I was recording podcast for requested podcast. And then Facebook Live came up and everybody was streaming, and I was thinking, hey, why not showing me playing in my bed with my crazy pyjama collection and tea collection, and and this is how the story started.
do you think you could go with it, like location-wise or creatively?
With a bed,
Yeah.
I think I will stay always in my bed, and yeah, I'm open. I have no plans. Like, I think I shouldn't force something. I think, yeah, it happens. And Bali, for example, was a request. They requested me for playing there, and they said, hey, and maybe if you like, why don't you do the Bebetta in bed there? And I said, yes, cool idea. So I'm open, and I will see where the bed ends. Yeah, and where I'm going with the bed.
That's great. When are you most creative?
I'm most creative at night.
Do you find that sometimes if you're trying to sleep, you think of an idea and you need
Yes.
to wake up?
Yes, always. Also names for tracks, and always the short time before I fall asleep, then I have the ideas, and then I need directly to write it down.
Is there any particular artist that inspires you?
I love Freddie Mercury.
If you were to take your phone out right now, I don't know if you use Spotify, Apple Music, whatever, SoundCloud, what did you last listen to?
It's so different always. Was maybe something from the Doors, or I don't know. But could also be that I also sometimes I skip through electronic music sets on SoundCloud. This is also what I like.
So what do you think is one of the biggest challenges we face in the world today?
It's not easy, but I think I'm worrying about with the climate change. It's totally too warm at the moment. We have November, and I could go out with my pyjama on the street without jackets, so it's not natural.
It's crazy, isn't it? Because this is the Christmas markets are here in Berlin, but then we have blue skies and high temperature.
Yes, high temperature.
How would your friends describe you in 3 words?
I think creative, colorful, and I'm a little bit a perfectionist.
How did Bebetta came about? The name?
It was, like I said, I never planned to be a DJ, and but then friends came up doing events, and they said, hey, you have to play on our events, Annika. And I said, okay, I can try, but I don't see myself so much as a DJ. I never wanted to be a DJ, and it was more like a hobby at home and not so professional. But they needed a name for the flyer, and so I had to hurry up with a name, and I felt more like a beta version. And then I was thinking, I don't know how exactly the idea came up, but in the end I had the idea to name myself Bebetta Beta, the beta version. And Bebetta, now I'm Bebetta because in the end Bebetta Beta was so long, and then everything also got more professional, and I said, okay, now the beta time is over. And this is my name now, Bebetta. It comes a little bit from the English, but with the A in the end.
You come from a background of design and creativity and passion for things, to create things, and you combine that now with your music.
It's all with design of myself, and this is a cool thing because now I can do this what I wanted in the past as a job. The design, artwork, and something like this is now my hobby, but I can use this for my work, for my music, and for the merchandise. And I play. They are all done by myself with the illustrations.
So this is really cool. We just found an interview spot.
Yes.
Here. There's all these like couches and everything.
It couldn't be better.
Couldn't be better.
Oh, and some animals are
Are they?
walking here. Yeah, maybe some rats are jumping out. I don't know, I just hear tears.
Oh, what's one of the first albums that you bought?
It was one of my childhood hero, DJ Bobo.
Oh, cool.
Yes. I remember the day I was with my mother in the shop, and I was so happy finally to get an album of him.
What format was that on? Was it CD, download?
It was a CD, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So for anybody out there who doesn't know what a CD is.
It's CD is almost dead. It's a pity.
Yeah.
But vinyl, vinyl is still in the electronic music scene. This is a good thing. It's still alive.
Yeah.
I was also playing long time with vinyl, and I really loved it. But the problem is that sometimes the technique in the clubs were not really working, and but I still like vinyl. I love it.
If you could do something that is impossible, what would you like to do?
I think I would like to fly. This would be very cool.
Can you skate?
No, it's a pity. I wanted always to learn, but I think now it's a little bit late. I will break my bones, and it's too dangerous because I have to play every weekend, and broken bones, not the best. But it would be nice.
Do you find that there's a lot of inspiration around you here at Bremen?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah. I'm surrounded by water and park, and Berlin has a lot of parks, and it's very green. I love it.
I think it's important to be a place where you actually get that inspiration.
Yes, and Berlin is full of it. It's for this, it's perfect.
Of course, one of the most famous street arts, as we could call it, not to do it a disservice, is the wall.
Yes, the Berlin Wall, yes. It's I love it. It's all colored, and this is what I said. Berlin is colorful, and sometimes when I have no inspiration in the studio, I can go out and see what happens.
So what exciting things are you up to in the next year?
I think it will be like every year in some things, like the bookings. I will play on big festivals. They already requested, and releases will go on, and and Bebetta and Bad will also go on, and maybe there are coming up some surprises too. We will see.
So I'm just thinking, if you had a message to convey to the world, what would you like to say?
I just had a very good fortune cookie. Luck depends on your opinions of life, and I think this is true. Yes.
Leads us finally, sadly, to the last question today. What would you do to be better? I need more time, I think, for improving in my music and be better in it and finding my sound. This is what I want, where I want to be better. Yeah. Well, I'd like to say thank you very much for your time today.
Yeah, thank you. It was a very big pleasure. Dankeschön.
Dankeschön. Tschüss.
Tschüss. Bis bald.